It turns out Under Fire Minister Stuart Nash is a repeat offender for commenting on police cases.
The Solicitor General considered charging the minister in 2020 with contempt for saying he hoped the killer of police officer Matthew Hunt spent a long time in jail.
And there's mounting pressure on the Prime Minister to boot him out of Cabinet altogether. Here's political reporter Amelia Wade.
At the Gisborne port today, a lot of ships and a minister confident he wasn't about to walk the plank.
The Prime Minister's made it very clear to me, if I stuff up like this again, then I'm gone. I will work incredibly hard to earn back the trust of the Prime Minister and the country, and people will judge me on that.
But that was before revelations this afternoon that he'd stuffed up before. In 2020, after Eli Epiha was arrested for the killing of police officer Matthew Hunt, Nash said on Newstalk ZB,
"Let's hope that this guy has many years in jail to contemplate what he has done."
The Solicitor General considered prosecuting Nash and charging him with contempt. Documents released this afternoon said though she didn't prosecute, that does not mean she condoned his comments. She recommended to the Attorney General that he speak to Minister Nash to convey that his comments were unacceptable and remind him not to make public comment on cases before the courts.
To say that it's wrong to make comments about what should happen at sentencing in respect of someone who has not yet been sentenced.
Parker says Nash's mistake yesterday, which he lost his police portfolio for, was different.
Slightly different to the latest event, but it was wrong.
What I did is I phoned a Commissioner of Police, and there's a perception that I asked him to do something that I'm not allowed to do, and I criticised the judiciary.
He's a conscientious, hard-working minister who's made a mistake. He's owned the mistake. I'm confident that he won't make that mistake again.
This was before the Prime Minister could comment on the latest revelations. Though even before that, there were calls for Nash to not just lose the police portfolio, but to lose his seat at the Cabinet table altogether.
Prime Minister appears to be not only soft on crime, but soft on ministers too.
Chris Hipkins thinks if he's punished, that's okay. The real question is he capable and trustworthy enough to be a minister?
I got it wrong. I admit that. There's nothing else to say. I got it wrong. And as a consequence of that, I've paid the price.
But did he pay the price, though? Newshub's obtained a naughty list of every other Cabinet minister who's been punished in the last decade. All lost their portfolio and were booted out of Cabinet, except Nash.
He has broken the Cabinet manual, and the accepted standard for several governments has been when you do that, you're out.
I have confidence in him fulfilling the other roles that he's got. I'm confident that he won't repeat the mistake.
But a mistake he appears to have already made twice.
So, Amelia, has the Prime Minister responded to this latest revelation about Stuart Nash?
He has. In a statement to Newshub, he said Nash's comments were dealt with at the time and this was now in the past, saying, and I quote, "Minister Nash has already lost his prized police portfolio and he knows he's on notice for any future serious errors of judgment." And I understand Hipkins was not aware of this earlier rebuke when he appointed Nash into that police portfolio 44 days ago, and that he wasn't told yesterday. The Prime Minister should be fuming. There should be no surprises about this. Then it's hard to see how Nash will remain on in Cabinet.
Amelia, tēnā koe.